The Elephant's Child by Sue Rayner. Rudyard Kipling's Just So Stories. Long, long ago, at the very beginning of time, when everything was just getting sorted out, the elephant had only a stumpy, bulgy nose as big as a boat. He could wiggle it about from side to side, but he couldn't pick things up with it. There was one elephant, a new elephant, an elephant's child who was full of insatiable curiosity, which made him ask ever so many questions. He asked his tall aunt, the ostrich, why her tail feathers grew just so. He asked his tall uncle, the giraffe, what made his skin so spotty. He asked his broad aunt, the hippopotamus, why her eyes were red. And he asked his hairy uncle, the baboon, why melons tasted so good, but none of them paid any attention to him. He asked questions about everything that he saw, or heard, or felt, or smelled, or touched. No one paid him any attention, but he was still full of insatiable curiosity. Insatiable curiosity. One fine morning in summer, the insatiable elephant's child asked, "What does Crocodile have for dinner?" Everybody said, "Hush!" and paid him no more attention. But the colo bird said a mournful cry, "Go to the banks of the great grey green greasy Limpopo River and set about with fever trees and find out." Great rivers of the world. Limpopo is in southern Africa. It is sometimes known as the Crocodile River. The Limpopo is very slow. It ends at the part of Sai in the Indian Ocean in the country of Mozambique. Limpopo River. Sai. The very next morning, the insatiable elephant's child packed 100 pounds of bananas, 100 pounds of sugar cane, and 17 melons. He said to his dear family, who paid him no attention, "Goodbye. I'm going to the great green greasy Limpopo River and set about with fever trees to find out what the crocodile has for dinner." He went on his way, eating all the time and throwing the skins about because he could not pick them up. At last he came to the banks of the great grey green greasy Limpopo River and set about with fever trees precisely as the coloca bird said so. Now you must understand that this elephant's child had never seen a crocodile and did not know what one was like. The first thing he found was a bee-coloured python rock snake curled around a rock. "Excuse me," said the elephant's child most politely, "but have you seen a crocodile in these parts?" "Have I seen a crocodile?" said the bee-coloured python rock snake in a voice dread with scorn. "What will you ask me next?" "Excuse me," said the elephant child most politely. But could you kindly tell me what he has for dinner? The bee-coloured python rock snake uncoiled himself, turned his back to the sun, and paid him no more attention. The elephant's child said goodbye very politely and went on his way, eating melons and throwing the rind about because he could not pick it up. Then on the very edge of the great greasy Limpopo River, all set about with feather trees, he trod on what he thought was a log, but it was really a crocodile, who winked one eye. "Excuse me," said the elephant child most politely, "but do you happen to see a crocodile in these parts?" The crocodile winked one eye, the other eye, and lifted half his tail out of the mud. "Come closer, little one," said the crocodile. "Why do you ask such things?" "Excuse me," said the elephant's child more politely. Pleased that someone was paying attention, no one else will answer me. "Come closer, little one," said the crocodile, "for I am the crocodile." And he wept crocodile tears to show it was quite true. The elephant's child grew excited and kneeled down on the bank and said, "You are the very person I have been looking for. Will you please tell me what you have for dinner?" "Come closer, little one," said the crocodile, "and I'll whisper." The elephant's child put his head down close to the crocodile's musky-tusky mouth, and the crocodile caught him by his little nose, which up to that moment he had been no bigger than a boot, and just about as useful. "I think," said the crocodile through gritted teeth, "I think today I will begin with the elephant's child." The elephant's child was much annoyed, and he spoke through his nose. "Let go, you are hurting me." Then the bipedal python snake rock scuffled down the bank and said, "Pull as hard as you ever can, or he'll pull you into those greasy waters before you can say Jack Robinson." The elephant's child sat back with his little haunches and pulled and pulled and pulled, and his nose began to stretch. Crocodile floundered in the water, making it all creamy with great sweeps of his tail, and he pulled and pulled and pulled. The elephant's child spread all his little forelegs, pulled, and pulled, and his nose kept on stretching. The crocodile thrashed his tail like an oar, and he pulled, and pulled. With each pull, the elephant's child's nose grew longer and longer, and it hurt him something hideous. Sorry about the song pages. The elephant's child felt his legs slipping, and he said through his nose, which was now nearly 5 feet long, "This is too much for me." When the the crocodile pulled and pulled, but the elephant's child and the bee-coloured python rock snake pulled hardest. At last, the crocodile let go of the elephant's child's nose with a plop that you could hear all up and down the Limpopo. The elephant's child wrapped his nose up in cool banana leaves and hung in the great greasy Limpopo cool. He sat there for 3 days waiting for his nose to shrink, but it never grew any shorter. At the end of the third day, a fly stung him on the shoulder, and before he knew he was doing, he lifted up his trunk and squashed that fly with the end of it. Advantage number 1, said the beer-coloured python rock snake. You couldn't have done that with a Miss Moondoes. Try and eat a little now. The elephant's child put out his trunk and plucked a large bundle of grass, dusted it clean against his forelegs and stuffed it into his mouth. Advantage number 2, so you couldn't have done that with mere smear nose. Don't you think this sounds very good? It is, said the elephant's child. Advantage number 3, you couldn't have done that with a mere smear nose. So the elephant's child went home singing. He felt so happy he sang to himself down his trunk, and the noise was louder than several brass bands. One dark evening he come back to his dear family, who ignored him and paid no attention even though he had been away. He coiled up his trunk and blew so loud and long they had to pay attention. "Oh, bananas!" they said. "Where did you learn that trick?" "That's very strange." "I got a new one from the crocodile on the banks of the Negro River. I asked him what he had for dinner and he gave me to keep." Then he showed all of his things he could do with his nose, while his family paid him close attention. Smell flowers, sneeze, sniff in a loud annoying manner, wiggle your nostrils, scrunch it up. They were so excited that they went off one by one in a hurry to the banks of the grey, green, greasy Limpopo River, all set about with fever-trees to borrow new noises from the crocodile. Ever since that day, all the elephants you will ever see, besides all the others you won't have trunks, precisely like the trunk of an insane, curious elephant's child. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book. It is very good, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I do other books, such as, like, good ones and everything. So, bye!